Alright, test 1 2, test 1 2. Alrighty, folks. We're having some, apparent. Interesting. Now my microphone wants to work. I don't understand this stupid thing. It either wants to work or not. Alright, well, I'm gonna mute my mic from here, and we're gonna get the net started. I'll be, going through the radio, because my mic is unreliable. Alright, without further ado, let's get started.
Hello and welcome to the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. I'm Kimberly, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar, your net control operator. My pronouns are she, her. This is a round table for general discussions and friendly chats. Please direct all calls through the net control station. We meet every Sunday at 2 a.m. Coordinated Universal Time. Before we begin, is there any emergency or priority traffic? If there is an emergency at any time, please say break, and we will assist you promptly. This net provides a safe place for members of the LGBTQIA+ community and their allies to connect over the airwaves. It is open to all licensed amateur radio operators without the need for membership. We also welcome third-party traffic. Speaking of memberships, the Pride Radio Group fosters an inclusive environment for learning, experimenting, and enjoying radio communications. We encourage, promote, and support diversity within the wider radio community. We share our experiences and knowledge, celebrate Pride on the air, and welcome all individuals. To learn more about the Pride Radio Group, join us and gain access to our Discord chat room. Visit prideradio.group. That is prideradio.group, or check out Victor Kilo 3 Papa Romeo Golf or Kilo 3 Papa Romeo Golf on QRZ. Membership is free and all are welcome, regardless of who you are and who you love, unless you harbor hatred towards us, of course. This net is being relayed on the Pride Radio Network and its affiliated systems, including All-Star, Echolink, IRLP, DMR, YSF Reflector, WiresX M17, NXDN, T25, B-Star, and Zello. It is also streamed live on Broadcastify, Icecast, and my YouTube channel, searchable by my call sign, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar. For more information on how to connect to this network or access our live streams, visit prideradionetwork.weebly.com. Prideradionetwork.whiskey echo echo bravo lima yankee.com. Yes, I know my prideradionetwork.com is still down. I'm still working on fixing it. You can also track and follow this net by downloading NetLogger for Windows, Linux, or Mac OS from netlogger.org. That is netlogger.org. NetLogger allows you to log into the net, view real-time call signs, and actively participate. For Android and iPhone users, you may download On Air NetScraper instead. That is On Air NetScraper. Now, before we start tonight's net, does anyone have news announcements or other items?
Victor Kilo 3, Juliet Echo Delta.
VK3JED, go ahead.
Yeah, okay, Kimberly. Just letting you know that next Sunday, Sunday morning air time here, so a little bit before net time, I will be giving a presentation on M17 at the Rosebud Radio Fest south of Melbourne on the Bayside coast there. So, yeah, it should be a good day out. This year, I will be including a number of practical demonstrations of various ways of getting on M17, including the system I am using now, which is a Module 17 board that have recently become available. These run the OpenRTX open source firmware for M17, same firmware as the Cytera and Reservoir radios can run, but this is a version especially for this board. So I am on M17, I'm on 70 centimetres RF with the Module 17 board, so audio comments appreciated. There will be some echo because I'm monitoring on All-Star as well. So anyway, that's next week. Now obviously most of you can't make the trip down. However, this year, unlike last year, there will be a recording available of the presentation sometime afterwards. Once I've got that information, I'll post a link on the Discord, KJ7OMO, with the group VK3JD, and you can check me in.
Alright, VK3JED, KJ7OMO. Thank you for the announcement. Anybody else with news and other announcements before we carry on?
Victor, Kilo 4, Golf, Juliet Delta.
I think I heard a VK4 Golf Juliet Delta. Go ahead with your announcement.
Delta, I don't know if we have an announcement. I just discovered this net. I'm on M17 using our Whittaker's RT3S converted to M17, going through the M17 hotspot. And I've just found your net. I guess that's news for me. I'll listen in and see how it goes, and I'll try again. I'm here in Brisbane, Australia. Back over to you, Victor Kilo 4, Golf and Juliet Delta. Back over to the group.
Alrighty, welcome to the net, and we'll get you checked in here in just a moment. Speaking of check-ins, before we do that, did anybody else have any news for the group before we continue?
That was technically not news. Hi.
Alrighty, let's move on to check-ins for the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. We'll begin with mobile stations, those short on time, and those who are in and out. If you fall into any of these categories, please come forward with your call sign slowly, twice, and phonetically. Feel free to share your pronouns as well. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by for check-ins for mobile, short on time, and in and out stations. Hearing nothing. We do have VK3JED and VK4GJD checked in. Well, they'll be entered into the log. So other than those two stations, who else is out there wishing to check into the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net? Please come now with your call sign slowly, twice, and phonetically, and feel free to share your pronouns as well.
KK7 NWU Kilo 7 November Whiskey Uniform. Pete and he and they are the pronouns. Good evening, Net Control.
Victor Kilo 2 Whiskey Alpha Yankee. Victor Kilo 2 Whiskey Alpha Yankee in Sydney. Pronouns they, them.
Whiskey Bravo 0 Victor Hotel Foxtrot. WB 0 VHF. Evelyn in Bloomington, Minnesota. She, her.
All right. At the moment, I have VK3 JED, Victor Kilo 4 Golf, Juliet Delta, Kilo 7 November Whiskey Uniform, Victor Kilo 2 Whiskey Alpha Yankee, Whiskey Bravo 0 Victor Hotel Foxtrot. Anybody else out there wishing to check in?
Victor Kilo 2 Golf Papa Uniform, Victor Kilo 2 Golf Papa Uniform in Sydney, she, her, checking in.
Woohoo! Alright, we got some people now.
Alrighty, Victor Kilo 2 Golf Papa Uniform, got you down. Anybody else out there wishing to check into the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net? Please come now. Alrighty, check-ins. We're still taking check-ins for the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. Please come now with your call sign solely, twice, and phonetically if you want in on the record. And feel free to share your pronouns if you like. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by for additional check-ins to the net. Alright, looks like that's all we got for the time being. So we'll toss it over to VK3JED, KJ7OML. Go ahead and take it.
Yeah, good afternoon. Hope everyone's alright. And just doing tests of M17 equipment for next Sunday's talk. And this Module 17 will be one of the demonstrated systems. The other ones that I've got going are the MMDVM with M17 client, which I've actually had running for a couple of years now, I think. Yeah, I think 2 years that one's been working and it's still going strong. And I've also got the TNC3, which I had going the other day. So they'll be demonstrated. I was hoping to have a software-based solution, software-based modem to demonstrate, but I think I've instead found a couple of bugs, and thanks to the wonders of open source, I have been in discussion with the author of that particular piece of software, and sent him a few samples with video showing what some of the issues are. So lots of playing around with open source stuff, of course, anything M17 at the moment, including not just the software and firmware, but the hardware schematics and hardware design of this particular board. It's all open source and anyone can produce one. That's unique amongst the digital voice modes on VHF and above. What else has been happening? Of course, summer, so, well, it's the summer months, it's still late spring technically, but that season, so track season in full swing. Had a pretty good day down there yesterday. Good times considering some pretty strong headwinds, so pretty happy with that. Otherwise been busy with some preparation, and I might change my PowerPoints for next week, and also just work and life stuff in general. So that's a short summary. Any other radio? Not really. It's just basically been M17 on the radio front, and just keeping an eye on the servers in the background. KJ7OMO with the group, VK3JD.
Alright, VK3JD, KJ7OMO returning. Alright, well that sounds pretty good, and yeah, definitely looking forward to hearing seeing the recording of the presentation. I mean, I wish it could be done live through Zoom, but hey, a recording will suffice. Alright, well, good luck with that. We'll break with you, and we'll come back to you in just a bit. Kilo 4 Golf Juliet Delta, you're next in line, KJ7OMO.
Victor Kilo 4 Golf Juliet Delta returning to the group. Yes, I've only recently been playing around with M17. I converted a Retrovis RT3S GPS over to M17. Yes, I find M17 has been very quiet, not many contacts on it compared with other modes of operation like Yaesu, D-Star, DMR. M17 seems to be pretty quiet. And the M17 hotspots seem to be very touchy. Like they'll drop their connections, and the only way to get them back online is to actually power them off and power them back on. I have a number of hotspots here, and I've converted quite a few over to M17, and it doesn't matter which hat they have on it, or Joe hat, or Simplex, or whatever, it'll do the same thing. So I guess there's something to do with the M17 firmware. Yes, maybe I should go back over to the PyStar firmware with some modified hat. I don't know. And my other complaint with the M17 is with Retrovis, you only get one volume. You can't adjust the volume after a modification.
Alright, VK4 Golf Juliet Delta, KJ7OMO returning. Well, looks like you cut out there at you abruptly cut out, so I don't know if you're done with your transmission or not, but yeah, I mean, hopefully they're able to work out the bugs on the volume control. Kind of sucks that you can't control the volume, though I'm pretty sure you can add a rudimentary volume control by sticking a potentiometer or something right at the audio output just before it gets to the speaker. And that might suffice for a volume control. Yeah, you're not sounding too bad though. A little bit of picket fencing sound in the background, but other than that, you're 100% audible. Alrighty, we're gonna break with you. We'll get back with you in a moment. Next station on the list is Kilo 7, November Whiskey Uniform, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Go ahead and take it.
Well, I haven't been playing around much with radios other than going through my dad's junk pile at his house and seeing if he's got anything I can use, and, well, he doesn't. But in other news, I broke the ice into being a net host and net controller of a Portland, Oregon-based net called the Outdoors Net. I discussed a little bit of it in the Discord. I had a ton of fun with that. I am now officially an alternate net control for the Outdoors Net. They liked me. They liked me. They said I had a good way to keep things alive, and therefore I'm approved. In a different note, I have not seen my oldest son in almost 4 years, and I got to watch him play in the Northwest Association of Performing Arts Marching Band Championships. In short, in the AAA competition where he scored third. His band scored third, and they scored 12th place overall, moving up one. So I've had a very busy last week. Back to you, KJ70MO.
KK7NWU, KJ7LMO returning. Well, congratulations on becoming a net control operator on at your club's net there. What was I gonna say? Well done. I lost my train of thought. But yeah, it takes a little getting used to, but once you get used to it, it's a piece of cake. So yeah, congratulations to that. And yeah, one of these days we oughta stop on over when you're hosting that net there, and maybe come say good day or hi. Yeah, if you let us know the details of the network that your net is on, we'll see if we could drop on by for a visit whenever you are hosting your net there. Alrighty, next up on the list, a station we haven't heard from on the air for a while. Good to hear you back there. VK2WAY KJ7OMO. Rare DX usually, but becoming more common here lately. Go ahead and take it, Tony. Not Tony, sorry, Jared. Jared, Victor Kilo 2, Whiskey Alpha Yankee, are you with us? Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar. Well, Fiddlesticks, it looks like we lost Jared, so we'll get back with them in a while. Whiskey Bravo 0, Victor Hotel Foxtrot, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Go ahead and take it.
Yeah, I hope nothing serious happened there. Just Evelyn in Bloomington. Little bit of nesting practice tonight since I'm well under a week to surgery here. I'm definitely working on the house, trying to get everything ready for the next phase when I get back home. So that's been the main projects here. They may have completed the outdoor siding work here, so I may try to squeeze a feed line out from the shack to the antenna here before I have to go off to surgery, but that might be pressing it these days to get all that done. Just so much to do before I have everything else happen. Otherwise, having a good week here. Next go around I'll tell you one little blip in the week here too, but we'll send it back your way. WB0 VHF.
Alright, WB0 VHF KJ7 OMO returning. That sounds good. We'll get back with you in just a moment. Up next is Victor Kilo 2 Golf Papa Uniform, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Go ahead and take the mic.
Thank you very much, KJ7 OMO. This is VK2 GPU. It's good to be back on the net again. Surprised I actually got out of bed at a reasonable time today, considering I had a very busy day yesterday. No, the only radio fun I had was at a party last night with shot callers that I've reverse engineered the protocol for. But check out at 10, back home. Amy's just chilling, playing some Baldur's Gate 3, and right now I'm just trying to set up Home Assistant on a Pi. Fortunately, I lost one of my Pis, but I've got my little Zigbee dongle to try and see if I can get the Hue light bulbs working. But I'm just going to mess around today and just play around with that. And thought whilst I'm getting going, I'll sit in the net and have a chat. It's good to hear everyone again. Be interesting to hear what everyone's working on. I'm actually going to be in Melbourne at the end of the week for 10 days. So I'll be heading to Rosebud Radio Fest on Sunday next week. Looking forward to seeing Tony Stork and catching up again. Anyways, I'm hand it back to Net Control. This was VK2 GPU.
Alrighty, VK2 GPU, KJ7 OMO returning. Alright, that sounds awesome, and do have a safe trip to Melbourne there. I heard that VK2WAY wants to give it a try, give it another go. So we'll break with the list here and go straight to them. VK2WAY, go ahead and try again. KJ7 OMO.
KJ7 OMO, VK2WAY. Hope you've got me this time. Yeah, I think it was that DMR preamble bug on the hotspots that one day I will look into. The same thing that happens occasionally. Every 10th or so, maybe 20th transmission, it tends to be hard to pick. But anyway, good to hear everybody. It's been a while. It's been a while for me to join Net. One of the rare weekends off for me. It's actually the second weekend in a row. I've had 2 weekend days off. Traveling in the Wales last weekend though. Did do a little bit of radio just on local repeaters around the area I was in up there. Nothing too hectic. A bit of a chat with Brad from Discord. I can't remember. Anyway, my memory is shot for call signs. I've been away from radio too long. Anyway, weather here in Sydney, nice and moist today. Drizzling, been raining since about midnight, or maybe about 3 a.m. here, so that's about 10 or so hours so far. Light breeze, 21 degrees inside, 20 degrees outside, so quite comfortable though. Enjoying a weekend of pottering around the house. Been playing with some, or trying to decode FSK on an ESP32 yesterday. That was a lot of fun and frustration, but didn't get terribly far. But yeah, I'll pick it up again when I'm bored sometime. Other than that, yeah, good to hear everybody. The link to ROT is definitely working. Picked up the other handy just with an indoor antenna and it worked fine. So yeah, I'm going to have to test and rerun and do something with my V-line out to the balcony if I want to do indoor FM again. Yeah, other than that, back to you, I guess, Kimberly, KJ7OMO, VK2WAY.
VK2WAY, KJ7OMO returning. Yes, that is some fantastic weather there. 22, 23 degrees, very nice. At the moment, it is 24 degrees here. And for you American folks, we are talking in Celsius. 24 Celsius is 75 Fahrenheit here. Very lovely. Though, it is gonna get, colder tonight. Around the upper 50s to lower 60s Fahrenheit, around 15 or 16-ish Celsius is what's going to get due tonight. So, yeah, definitely not looking forward to that. Though those who are visiting from the northern parts of North America and the U.S., they're just going to laugh at me. Anyways, good hearing you again, and we'll call you back in just a moment. Before we do that, we're at the bottom of the list. Well, VK2GPU was the bottom of the list. We had to break with the list for a moment and skip a few spots back. So anyways, we're at the bottom of the list. So who else is out there wishing to check into the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net? All I need are your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically, and you're welcome to share your pronouns if you like. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, your net control station, and we're taking more check-ins to the net. Alrighty, do we have any additional check-ins before we carry on? Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by for more check-ins to the net. Alright, hearing nothing. As a reminder, folks, if you are not able to check in via voice, you are welcome to check in via NetLogger. You can check in via the YouTube live stream. You can also check in via Discord. You can check in via WinLink. You can also check in via Mastodon. My Mastodon handle is at KJ7OMO at mastodon.radio. At Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar at mastodon.radio. You can also email me your check-in. My email is kj7omo at gmail.com, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar at gmail.com. You can also check in via my private social media links if you happen to know those. With all that out of the way, we have a third-party check-in from YouTube. Xanatax is their username, who says hello to us. They are still working on their amateur radio license exam, and we're going to keep on encouraging them to do so and never give up on it. And to those who are not yet licensed, well, I encourage you to study for your amateur radio licenses and get your ham radio licenses, because you're missing out if you don't. With all that out of the way, back to the top of the list. Victor Kilo 3, Juliet Echo Delta, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, go ahead and take it.
Yeah, okay, Kimberly. And, Jared's not going to like me now, in the tradition of VK2, VK3 rivalry. I will give a weather report. It's currently sunny here, 24 degrees Celsius, expecting a top of 27 sometime in the next few hours. So yeah, beautiful day here, and we have a week in the high 20s to mid-30s coming up until at least next Saturday. So yeah, I think the temperature the next few days is going to range between 28 and 34 last time I looked. So yeah, I thought I'd throw that in. Yeah, and just checking on something. So all good. there having a bit of a discussion. A few of us on Discord still don't have HF up. I am hoping to catch up with a local ham later in the week, or possibly Friday, and work out antennas. How might I put some up? Possibly got some ideas for in the interim to do that. So yeah, that's where we're at. Would be nice to have something up by Christmas, at least VHF, UHF, and suitable structures and poles to eventually mount a string of HF end-fed half-wave from, which I think I can do. I may even be able to put in a secondary site at the front end of the house for the repeater, or repeaters, if I get 23 centimetres up. And also an APRS digipeater is another thing I'd like to have up, because digipeater coverage around town. Yeah, lots of radio things to consider. Well, so far I'm happy with this little board. Yeah, it's certainly every bit as good as it was said to be, except for a little receive issue, which is a known firmware issue that the OpenRTX developers are working on, and that's, I'm wondering how
Alright, Tony, I believe you bit the alligator. Back to you.
I'll try that again. Yeah, thanks for that, Kimberly. I saw the crocodile come up. Yeah, so yeah, M17 gateway on the hotspots can get get wedged, and the IP side stops working. The echo mode still works, so you can still use the parrot and talk to yourself if you set your destination to echo, but you can't talk to anything outside. And just got to restart the M17 gateway component from the command line. Don't need that. And that doesn't matter what front end you're using, Pi-Star, WPSD, mine's built from hand, from MMDVM source code, all got the same issue. Yeah, it is a bug in the gateway software. Jonathan is aware of it. I'm not sure if there's any update. Sometimes it stays up for a week or more. Other times, like lately for me, it's sort of stopped within a day or two. Anyway, KJ7OMO with the group. VK3JD still giving M17 a good go.
Alright, VK3JED, KJ7OMO returning. Yeah, you're sounding pretty good. Yeah, good thing you were paying attention to the Discord there. Yeah, you bit that alligator one time, though too bad there's no alligator emoji on Discord. There's only a crocodile emoji. So I guess you'd be biting a crocodile, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that sounds pretty good, and yeah, your M17 is still sounding pretty good. All right, we're gonna kick it back to VK4, Golf Juliet Delta, KJ7 OMO. Go ahead and take it.
VK4, Golf Juliet Delta, returning to a group. Yes, I'm just having a few gateway issues. I run quite a few hotspots. Maybe they're interfering with M17. I don't think M17 hotspot is terribly stable. It has a few bugs in it. But hey ho, what can you do? If you lose your internet connection, M17 hotspot will not come back online. But if you have multi-mod connection on the hotspot, like D-Star and M17, the D-Star will come back online when the internet connection reappears, but M17 stays offline until it actually reset. Do a hard boot on the gateway. So I think it's some serious bugs in the system. But I'm sure they'll get better with time. This is what you have to expect with new software built by amateurs. We'll get there in the end. More people use it, and more people experiment, and more bugs we find and fix. But I find it's okay so far. Just wish we had more contacts on it. We've been trying to get together an M17 group. It was a local club here in Brisbane, and it's run at 1900 hours Brisbane time on Tuesday nights. Yes. I don't have any much more to add. I shall pass it back to the group VK4, JJD, or the KJ7 OMO.
Victor Kilo 4, Golf Juliet Delta, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar returning. Well, M17 is a new mode. It is still very much in the experimental stages. So, yeah, do expect bugs and problems and all that while they work on it. I'm pretty sure that in the future they'll eventually have all the problems sorted out and it'll become a rock-solid mode like all the others are. But hey, it is, they are making good progress on it. And, yeah, it's just amazing what they have done so far with the mode. Anyways, KK7NWU, KJ7OMO. Go ahead and retake the mic.
All this discussion of M17, now I'm seriously considering reading more up on it. Okay, so with M17, it's obviously like our IRLP or Echolink, where it's got a hotspot. I'm wondering if maybe that's just the ticket to get my local club here in Long Beach out further, because we have one IRLP node, but no Echolink, no M17, nothing else like that. So that's got me thinking now. Maybe I could expand us a little bit. Our repeater network here is expansive. We've got 20 repeaters all linked together, so we're not a small network by any means for a coastal community, but I'd still like to get one more option out there. Back to you, KJ7OMO, KK7NWU.
KK7NWU, KJ7OMO returning. Well, M17 is actually a digital voice mode, much like DMR, Fusion, D-Star, and the other digital modes. The only difference is that M17 is open source. Anybody can, do whatever they want with it, unlike the other digital modes. While IRLP technically is digital in the backbone, but it interfaces to analog devices. So we might as well consider it an analog mode, just like All-Star and Echolink are. So, yet. You could probably, you can probably convince them to hook up all the other modes, like we do, and see what happens. Alrighty, coming up next is, VK2WAY KJ7OMO, your turn again.
Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar and the group. This is Victor Kilo 2 Whiskey Alpha Yankee returning, and yeah, just on that note of a wide repeater network and bringing in more things. I think All Star is the obvious one to bring in first on an existing FM repeater network, and it's fairly easy to do. Just with a repeater board or analog repeater board there, and you know, even small power if it's near enough to or even co-hosted with one of the repeaters on the network already. The node that runs ROT actually is not even co-hosted or co-located with the repeater. It's from memory about 200 meters across the road, but can get to it on relatively low power. That may have changed since my last information on that one, but you know, it's probably the most frictionless way to add wide access to an FM repeater network, at least in my opinion, my not so humble one. Hi. Other than that, really good hearing everyone today, and yeah, I really do need to get M17 up and running. I've got a couple of Redivus handsets handies here that I actually purchased one of with the intention of being an M17 radio, but then then I lost a DMR radio out one night, so that radio became my backup DMR radio, and yeah, I just haven't gotten back to the M17 plans, but all this talk of it today has kind of made me go, yeah, I really should do something about that again, and yeah, who knows, maybe I will. So many projects on. Back to you there, KJ7OMO, the group. This is VK2WAY.
VK2WAY KJ7OMO returning. Yeah, I do agree with you there. Pete should definitely consider building an all-star network for those folks. And as a bonus, since All-Star also has a built-in Echolink client, they can have the best of two worlds. They can have both All-Star and Echolink in one node, and they can attach their IRLP node to the Echolink via the Echo IRLP software. So they'll be able to have three networks. So yeah, there's that. Anyways, something for him to think about. All right, WB0 VHF KJ7OMO, you're next.
Well, M17, I don't know. I've got D-Star equipment here. I've got Fusion equipment here. I've got DMR equipment here. And it seems like most of what I use is analog. I don't think we get anything for M17 systems around here. I'm not sure. Well, there's some P25 systems, but we'll have to set that all aside for another day. And like I mentioned, I've got surgery coming up at pre-op physical this week. He detected something, and the treatment plan was going to be 7 days, and then it was going to be the day after that, so that'd be the 8th day, and the results of that retest would be another 2 days, so that'd be 10 days. There's only 8 days before the surgery is going to start, so he was looking a little grim for a bit. The surgeon finally said, no, don't worry about it. As long as you're doing the protocol, I don't have to worry about the retest, so I'll get the protocol done in time. And still on the books for heading to the surgery site here midweek, and hopefully it'll all go fine. Next week, you know, everything going well, I'll be checking in from my hospital bed to let you know how it all went. WB0 VHF.
Hey Xanatex, hope you're doing well. I'm using the radio to transmit tonight because my mic has an unreliable connection. It's been cutting in and out the whole time. Anyways, just wanted to get on the mic here before I transmit again, just to say hi. Alright, I'm gonna mute this mic here and we'll transmit via the radio.
WB0VHF KJ7OMO. Well, I do hope that your surgery goes well, and hopefully that unexpected thing doesn't ruin your surgery plans there. Anyways, shoot, I lost my train of thought. Happens all the time. VK2 GPU KJ7OMO. Go ahead and take it.
Thanks very much, KJ7OMO. This is VK2 GPU. And yeah, sort of echo VK2WAY there. I need to get set up L17 at some point as well. Now, whilst I don't mind BMR and all that, it would be nice to switch to open standards. So hopefully I'll get to see it all live and see how it hears, see how it performs and everything when I'm in Melbourne. That'll be quite cool. Need to remember to also take my skates with me as well. Go skating with some friends while I'm in Melbourne. Did actually catch up with Jared earlier in the week. Both of us went out for a Halloween skate. Anyways, back to net control. This was VK2 GPU.
Oh, VK2 GPU KJ7OMO returning. Well, that's really awesome. I'm glad that you both were able to have fun on Halloween. One of these days, all of us ought to get together and have a little Halloween time. Little Halloween there, get there and going around trick-or-treating and perhaps play radio at the same time. Alrighty. We're at the bottom of the list, so we're going to take a peek out at Radioland and see who else is out there wishing to check into the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. All I need are your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically, and you're welcome to share your pronouns if you like. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar She Her, standing by for additional check-ins to the net before we get carried away. Alright, check-ins. Who else is out there wishing to check into the net? This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by for any check-ins to the net. Alright, hearing nothing, we're going to take it back up to the top. VK3JED KJ7OMO. Go ahead and take it, you alligator biter. Or is it crocodile biter? Over to you.
Yeah, okay. This is, a lot of this is for Pete, since we're talking about their network over in W7 land. Sounds like it's a decent network, Analog FM. Yeah, I think you mentioned there was an existing IRLP node. That's the case, that's probably the start point. If that node is permanently connected to the network, you're going to have to coordinate with that. In fact, everything should be co-sited when it comes to the links. However, Echolink is an easy add-on, no hardware needed, just that the IRLP node owner needs to register a -L or -R call sign on Echolink and then install the Echo IRLP add-on for IRLP, and it then becomes an Echolink node as well. You can connect to either IRLP or Echolink, but not both. Adding All-Star when you've got another link present becomes a little bit more challenging to stop the systems cross-connecting to each other, which is generally not a desirable thing, especially when IRLP's around. I was working on something a few years ago, but yeah, I've got to restart all that work. And I know a lot more now, so I could probably do a lot better than what I was doing back in those days. So yeah, that's on the long list of projects to do. For the record, I was heavily involved in the original development of Echo IRLP. Approximately 20 years ago that started. So it's got a long history. Other people have taken over since, being, again, mostly self groups, but again, being open source. Anyone can play with that. Yeah, there's a GitHub out there with the current version on it. Anyway, just hang on a sec. That should keep the alligators away. But yeah, if there's no links on the system, then as Jared said, All-Star is probably the easiest way. Yeah, and if you could co-site it with a repeater, all the best. But yeah, I'd investigate this IRLP situation first, because it could be an easy path to get Echolink up and running for the sake of 5 minutes installing and configuring a piece of software. And Bob's your uncle. So yeah, that's what I'd investigate first as the path of least resistance. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you again, Ray. It's been over 6 months since I saw you up there in Sydney. And yeah, no, that would be really good to catch up again, and hopefully we'll get a time to chat before and after the presentation. Yeah, as to how many, we could see how many Pride members we can get at the Hamfest. There'll be myself, Pete, Pete WJ, that I know of, yourself, not sure if Michaela or any of those. Oh, actually, I do believe 3 PUGs coming, and possibly Alex from up here. So, yeah, we could have a few, could be a record for a get-together down there. Anyway, KJ7OMO is a group, VK3JD, hopefully dodging alligators.
VK3JD, KJ7OMO returning. You have successfully dodged the alligators. Good job. Yeah, one of these days, if I can ever get out of this perpetual financial pickle that I'm in, I'll see if I could take a flight over to the land down under, but that won't be for many, many, many years. Probably a few decades at this rate, unless a miracle happens. But, yeah, I definitely wouldn't mind going down there for a visit. Anyways, VK4 Golf Juliet Delta KJ7OMO, you're up next. Victor Kilo 4, Golf Juliet, Delta Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Alright, well, looks like they lost that station, so we'll mark them as being checked out, and they're welcome to come back at any time. Kilo 27, November Whiskey Uniform, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Over to you.
Yeah, speaking of Echolink and linking up with IRLP, the repeater that I was thinking is not connected to our BeachNet system. It is what they call a private repeater, according to our club president. If you want a nice quiet repeater without a bunch of traffic on it, you link up to that one. So that's going to be a no in that one. And if I did get to use it, I'd have to go 14 miles up a logging road to get to the hardware anyway. So that's going to be a no for that one. At least I did some research and tried. God, it'd be cool to do, though. It'd be awesome to link that up. But I'm wondering if, I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll get in the Discord, because it's going to be more than a conversation that I can handle here on the radio. Back to Net Control, KK7NWU.
KK7NWU, KJ7 will return. Well, you can always link it. That involves creating your own All-Star Oracle link node with a radio attached to it and tuning your radio to the same frequency pair as that repeater. You can RF link it. No, I don't recommend doing that because that might make the repeater owner very angry and very sad, very upset. Anyways, VK2WAY, KJ7OMO, go ahead and take it.
I'm being mischievous.
KJ7OMO, VK2WAY, you caught me in the middle of looking up flights to Melbourne this weekend. I don't think I can do it, just looking at my schedule and prices and things. Would have been a nice idea, though, just to, yeah, I was half tempted just on that conversation of how many folks are actually showing up. But, yeah, I don't think I can make it happen at such short notice, unfortunately. But, you know, worth fantasizing about and checking some flights and schedules anyway. But yeah, not much more to add to that. Yeah, of course, you only want to add an All-Star RF node pointing at a repeater with permission of the repeater owner, of course. I will reiterate that, and we do welcome lots more FM repeaters or repeaters of any kind on PrideNet, right? And it'd be good to have some more up. As I think I mentioned before, VK2ROT is actually the RF node that's not located on site with the repeater. It's across the road, but that or somewhere nearby, which works as well, as long as you can get into the repeater, but with permission. Not much more to add right now, actually. Yeah, so I'll throw it back to you and keep on KJ7OMO, VK2WAY.
VK2WAY, KJ7OMO returning. Yes, that's right. We gotta have permission from the repeater owners before we RF link their stuff. All right. I know you almost called me a VK station. Well, I'm not a VK station. Not yet, anyways. Hi. Won't be for many more years to come. Unless, of course, maybe they will allow someone from outside of VK land to try and get the VK license. Anyways, WB0 VHS KJ7 OMO, you're up next.
Well, I've not been to VK. I'm trying to remember what the prefix is. It's not P4, it's just south of P4, South Korea. That was a bloody long flight to get there. And I understand that VK is a lot further, so I don't know if I'd even want to try to make that flight. Being down there would be fun. The journey would be miserable, but I guess. Another thing, all the talk about the temperatures earlier, I went out and checked. We had a high today, not current temp, high today, because it's currently 10 p.m. local time, but our high today was 10. Current temp is 5. The low overnight last night was -4. Yeah, that was all Celsius, so it's not quite as bad, but sheesh, that still doesn't sound great. Anyway, we'll stick around another round here, see how things are going. Evelyn in Bloomington, Minnesota, WB0 VHF.
WB0VHF KJ7, I'm returning, not much to say at the moment, but yeah, getting back to Jared's comment there, yes, we do accept, we always accept additional repeaters to this network, so if any of you know anybody who would like to attach their repeaters to our network, have them get in touch with me or Tony, and we'll get that coordinated. Anyways, VK2 GPU KJ7 OMO, here up next.
Thanks very much, KJ7 OMO. This is VK2 GPU. It's a shame you won't be able to make it, Jared. That would have been quite cool to hang out with the whole gang. I've sort of worked out what I'm going to be doing for getting to Rosebud. Probably going to just hire a car for the day. I mean, shouldn't be too difficult. I've done that when I was in Canberra. It was quite nice. Pleasant being able to just pick up a car and go do things. Just ended up just looking at buying one of those Conzi 2 Zigbee modules now, like USB dongles, because apparently I have to flash these dongles I have, and I can't be bothered with making it far more difficult than it needs to be. So yeah, it's time to just spend the money since I want to be using this system like as soon as I can, really. In the meantime, I'll just get the rest of the system all set up and see how I'm going with Home Assistant. I've got MQTT to set up. I might even slap an SDR on just for monitoring 433 megahertz just for now as well, but yeah. I was really hoping to get out working today. I'm going to have to redirect my hyperfocus to another project now. Anyways, back to Net Control. This is VK2 GPU.
VK2 GPU KJ7, I'm returning. I lost my train of thought, so we're going to go ahead and take some additional chickens to the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. If you'd like to join in on the Red Chew and have a little fun with us, all I need are your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically, and you're welcome to share your pronouns if you like. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar She Her, standing by for additional chickens to the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. Alrighty, it's nothing but crickets out there, so back to VK3 JED KJ7 OMO.
Yeah, okay. And just trying to understand how beaching it over where Peters is sort of hung together. I'm just starting to get a few bits of conflicting information in the last line or two on Discord. Yeah, so that IRLP node, yeah, could cause a few issues, because what you can't do is you can't go and whack an all-star node elsewhere in the network. That will eventually cause problems. yeah, that will eventually be an issue. Sort of need to know more about how the IRLP node's managed and the fact that it can be connected and disconnected, where that connection is made. I think I need to talk to, or at least get some info from the technical people over there in Washington State. Because, yeah, I'm starting to get some a lot of uncertainties and potential conflicting information that is making it a lot harder to see a way forward. Because I can't sort of, can't really progress much in that sense. Anyway, yeah, we'll have to follow that up further offline. Yeah, as for M17, it is good fun to get into. Yeah, there are bugs in various pieces of software. There's a lot of work being done by relatively few people, doesn't help. So yeah, they're always saying more developers needed, particularly people who are good at embedded and DSP and SDR type programming. Because yeah, there's a lot of exciting stuff coming out, and given the available resources thrown at it in terms of people power, they've done quite a remarkable job, and as you can hear, it does work quite well. Receive is not as pretty as transmit, but yeah, once they work out what's causing the sync bug, that addition of OpenRTX following fixing that bug, I reckon, will be fantastic. It'll improve reception on both the Module 17 and
I think Tony with the alligator again. VK3DKG7 OMO, try again.
more info needed from where? Oops. Yeah, I just turned around and looked. Yeah. How far did I get?
I don't even remember. Yeah, I don't even remember. Sorry about that.
Okay, yeah, not sure where we're at. I'm just trying to remember the last sort of little bit there. Just saying the next OpenRTX, once they fix that receive sync bug, it'll be really, really good. It'll improve both the handhelds and these Module 17 boards dramatically. And, I think Gary's given me a little bit more specific info on the gateway issue. And yeah, just saying, I was talking about BK7 last night on the M17 Discord, and he wants to link his reflector to mine. I'm more than happy to, but yeah, we just need to talk about details. Got a bit late last night. He hadn't shown up today, so Hopefully it'll show up sometime before I go to bed. The KJ7OMO, the group BK3JD, done delegated.
Alright, VK7OMO, 100% copy, though you did have a squeaking sound in your background, and then you started to clip and garble a little bit, but still 100% copy. Alright, KK7NWU, KJ7OMO, go ahead and grab that mic again.
Yeah, I'm doing some more research on that particular repeater, and the website's confusing, but I think I can weed my way through it. The last time that website was updated was quite some time ago, so there may be new information out that I just don't have access to, and that's why I'm going to have to nerd out with the club president the next time I get to hang out with him, and we'll figure something out. Because he did mention he'd like to expand again. Well, the next obvious step is put it on Echolink or All-Star. We already have an IRLP, so why not? It's kind of the next logical step for this system. I am proud of what he's created, though. It took him 20 years. We have 20 repeaters on the system, and they all work flawlessly. I'm going to leave it at that. KK7NWU, back to net.
KK7NWU, KJ7, I'm returning. Well, yeah, that sounds pretty good. Well, hopefully you and your club president will be able to work things out and get that network there expanded further. But in the meantime, well, if they want to hook up to our network just to try out all the other modes, they're more than welcome to. Alright, VK2WAY KJ7OMO, you're up next.
Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar and the group VK2WAY returning with some third-party traffic from Merkel, who has decided to curl up on my chest and headbutt the radio while I'm talking. So, yep, if you can hear the purrs, that's her. So some third-party cat traffic. She's still studying for her license. Finds it really hard to hit the PTT key without opposable thumbs, though, don't you, baby? Yeah. Anyway, not much more to add on this one, so I'm going to let it go back to you in the group. And, yeah, thanks for hosting as usual, Kimberly. KJ7OMO, back to you.
Third-party traffic from your station manager, I see. A four-legged furball who cannot talk but is able to meow. That sounds really cute. I guess the kitty wanted to have a little fun. Alright, WB0VHF KJ7OMO. Go ahead and take it.
Well, no furballs around here, but I would caution that they sometimes get creative, and they may find a way to hit that PTT when you least expect it. I would like to get one here, maybe at some point after I'm fully cleaned up and got the house in order here and whatnot for him. It would be nice to have a creature running around here with me, but we'll see how the future holds. I suffice with stopping at friends at times that have cats, or my relatives that have dogs and have a little bit of a fur friend. It's 10, wow, hour and a half into the net already. It's been going quick. I don't know if I'll stick around more than another round or so after this. We'll see how much more the brain can come up with for things to chat about. WB0 VA.
VHF KJ7OMO returning. Well, let me warn you, and take it from me, if you were to get a cat, you're going to wind up being a slave to it for the rest of your life. Yep, that's right. You will be a slave to the kitty cat, and the kitty cat is going to own you, and it's going to boss you around. And the kitty cat will become your master. Hi. No, I've only had a cat in here for a couple years, and then I had to get rid of him because the cat was screwing with my allergies. But he still hangs around here, though. Every time I walk outside, he'll, come greet me and all that stuff. So, yeah, he's still around. He just no longer lives in my house, but he now lives outside, and, again, he's always around. So, yeah. So I didn't really get rid of him. Just no longer in my house because, again, allergies. Anyways, VK2 GPU KJ7 OMO. Back to you.
Thanks very much, KJ7OMO. This is VK2 GPU. I've got nothing else to add this round, and I'm probably going to go sit and watch some videos on how to set up Home Assistant. So it's lovely to chat to everyone, and catch folks on the Discord, and possibly the next, briefly next week, whilst in Melbourne. So 73 for now, and I'll catch you all on the band.
Oh, doggone, my radio is making a big, loud crashing sound every time I transmit. I wonder what that is. Anyways, alrighty, not a problem. Okay, my brain short-circuited again. Doggone it, I hate it when that happens. Anyways, it's good hearing from you again, and wasn't sure if you were gonna stop for the if you were gonna go another round or not. But anyways, did you wanted to check out, or did you want to keep going? I wasn't sure.
KJ7OMO, VK2 GPU here. Yes, I'll check out for now. I'll just probably be listening still, but I'm probably going to turn the volume down a little and try and figure out this Home Assistant setup, because I'm having a few issues already. I'm having to be like, oh crap, what do I have to go and install to make half of this stuff work? So I'll catch you later.
Oh, alright, no problem. VK2 GPU KJ7 OMO returning. Alright, well, thank you for hanging out with us, and 7333 and all the numbers, and we'll catch you next time. Yeah, sorry if I'm stumbling around and all that stuff. My neurodivergent brain decides that it wants to act up today. Alright. We're at the bottom of the list, so let's see who else is out there lurking around the radio land. If you'd like to check into the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net, and join in on the fun, all I need are your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically, and you're welcome to share your pronouns if you like. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar She Her, standing by for additional check-ins to the net.
This is KC3 VIU Kilo Charlie 3 Victor India Uniform. This is Phoebe. I'm just going to do a quick in and out, but I wanted to stop in and let the group know that my doctor's appointment on Friday was a good one. There's some things which are going to be potentially low-level problematic, but the interesting thing is that if I do get
gender confirmation surgery, that they would bypass that damaged section. Can't help but take that as somewhat of a sign, a nudging in the right direction. So we'll see what ends up happening. But just wanted to check in with the group. I've been in and out of consciousness the entire net, so anyway, back to net control. This is KC3VIU, back to KG7OMO, 3373 to the group. Thank you.
KC3VIU, KJ7OMO returning. Well, I wish you all the best with your surgery there, and I hope that it all goes well. And you have a wonderful night and sleep well. You sound really tired. And it looks like our YouTube viewer Xenatax is also wishing you all the best as well. Alrighty, who else is out there wishing to check in before we get carried away? Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by for additional check-ins. To the net. Alrighty, hearing nothing else there, as a reminder to everyone, if you cannot check in via voice, you're welcome to check in via NetLogger. You can check in via YouTube, a YouTube live stream. You can also check in on Discord. You're also welcome to check in via Mastodon. I am at KJ7OMO at mastodon.radio on that platform. Once again, at Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar at mastodon.radio. You can also check in via WinLink. Just put my call sign into WinLink, send the message, and it'll go through. You can also email me your check-in. KJ7OMO at gmail.com, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar at gmail.com. And you can also check in via my private social media links if you happen to know those. With that out of the way, VK3JED, KJ7OMO, back to you.
Okay, there this goes. It might be a little bit rough, it might drop out. I'm wondering if my radio's battery's going flat, causing a frequency drift. Yeah, so far it's holding up, and I can hear the audio sounding good. I'll leave the other radio on. Yeah, certainly looking forward to next Sunday, seeing how many POG members rock up. We'll have to definitely do a head count and give that a bit of a go. Yeah, I second Jared's comments on Ray's audio. She's sounding really nice. You're sounding pretty good too today, Jared. Very crisp, clear audio from yourself. Curious what modes everyone's running. I'm still on M17 as I have been all day. You've got some DMR people and some Echo Links and some All-Stars, but maybe everyone mentions what mode they're on as we go around the net. Anyway, this is still holding up pretty well. I will have to give the battery another charge before I head down to Rosebud next week. Yeah, yeah, there are some little noises, but yeah, we're not dropping out. It usually happens suddenly when I do. Anyway, yeah, must be some frequency offset creeping in. Yeah, there's certainly plenty of things to discuss on Discord, and I'm not sort of looking because I'm watching the radio at the moment. So, back to you, Ray. Not Ray, sorry, Kimberly. We'll get it right one of these days. KJ7OMO with the group VK3JD.
VK3KJ7 returning. Not a problem. I am coming to you via Yaesu System Fusion. Yaesu System Fusion is what I'm on at the moment. KJ7NWU, KJ7OMO. I believe you're coming in via Echolink, aren't you?
Affirmative, yes. I am in through Echolink. If I had an HF radio, I'd be willing to try that if we're on HF frequencies at all. I'm just doing some more research into M17. The more research I do, the more I'm kind of liking it. So maybe that's another, rabbit hole I'll go down here in the future. I did find out I've got some stuff waiting for me at my dad's in regards to my dual band radio here, including possibly a dual band radio waiting for me the next time I go in. So that'll be an interesting time. I'll up my game, get out of the handheld and into a true mobile. See how that goes. TK7NWU, back to net.
Well, we're not on HF. Not yet, anyway. I mean, we thought about it, but we haven't yet, started anything like that. Though, at the moment, due to a lack of antenna and lack of a strong enough HF radio, we'll have to put those plans, on hold, at least on my end. Now, if I can get a sponsor for a 100-watt HF rig, that would be amazing, but I'm not going to hold my breath on that. So, yeah, I'm stuck with a 10-watt radio and no antenna until I can figure out where I can hang up my next antenna. Anyways, VK2WAY KJ7OMO. Go ahead and take it. Victor Kilo 2 Whiskey Alpha Yankee Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar. Are you still with us?
KJ7OMO, VK2WAY. Sorry about that. I was totally distracted in a conversation on Discord. I assume it's still my turn. Back to you.
Yes it is. Back to you.
Yes, got distracted talking about Home Assistant there with Ray, and then that extended into being Docker and all kinds of things over in technical discussion on Discord. But yeah, other than that, I don't have much more to add for this at the moment, so I'll pass it back to you and let it go around again, I guess. But for those who did disappear or are still on the site, like Ray 73 for now, yeah, I wish I could make it to Melbourne next weekend, but yeah, it doesn't look like it's possible. One can stream and think about it. So yeah, back to you, Kimberly, KJ7OMO, and the group VK2WAY.
VK2WAY KJ7OMO returning. Not a problem. Oh, and to expand on my answer to Pete, the KK7 station, there was also talk of one of our Aussie hams, I think it was Tony, if I'm not mistaken, wanting to eventually relay this net over to HF via FreeDV or something, but until he's able to get eventually get his HF station set up and operating, well, we'll just have to put that on hold. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. WB0 VHF KJ7 OMO, back to you. Alright, I think we got a Morse code from a repeater. WB0 VHF KJ7 OMO, are you still with us? Alrighty, I think we lost Evelyn. Alright, we're at the bottom of the list, so let's see if we have any other people out there wishing to check into the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. All I need are your call signs solely twice and phonetically, and you're welcome to share us your pronouns if you like. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by for additional check-ins to the net. Alright, well, looks like this group is dwindling. VK3 JED KJ7 OMO, back to you.
Yeah, not a problem, just switching across from Discord, and yeah, it's a shame that you probably won't be able to come down, Jared. It would have been good to meet you down at Rosebud, but yeah, it is fairly close and short notice now, so yeah, that makes scheduling and yeah, things like flights particularly difficult, so yeah, not to worry. Anyway, looks like M17's held up. I must have some drift from thermal or some other reasons causing that. So yeah, we're starting to lose a little bit of sync. Yeah, but yeah, it's still mostly reasonably good. That little bit of chirpiness, but yeah, we've drifted a bit from where I was at first. I mean, I could probably tweak the hotspot offset a little, and I might be able to improve, but also don't want to break it for DMR or, well, which is the main other mode that I'd use on it. And I think it works fine on DMR, so yeah, it'll be good enough for next week, that's for sure, because I'll be using this radio and this hotspot just on a different network, and I know that works. Anyway, yeah, we should be on M17C, which is also linked to M17 432C, because I will be looking for M17 traffic in the latter half of the talk. So I've got people to talk to and traffic coming back. Anyway, yeah, I'll probably just go one more round. I think I'm starting to run out of stuff and a few other things to do, and yeah, online shopping and some other stuff. So yeah, I'll be winding down. I said I'll probably have one more round and then disappear. KJ7 OMO with the group at K3JD.
VK3JED, KJ7OMO returning. Yeah, not a problem. I'm thinking one more round as well before I also disappear. I'm starting to scramble up my words here. KK7NWU, KJ7OMO, back to you.
VK5ZSH.
Alrighty, VK5ZSH, we got you down. Stand by for a moment. Kilo 7, November Whiskey Uniform, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar.
Okay, I'm back. I was having some technical difficulties. I think my internet's starting to get a little flaky. We've got one of our classic winter storms. I don't have a whole lot left to talk about. I'm going to do more research on M17, All-Star, and Echolink and figure out what I can and cannot do, as well as talk to my club president. That's about all I got. This is going to be my last one for the night. I bid you all good night, and 7-3, KK7 NWU.
Alright, KK7NWU, KJ7 almost returning. Alright, well, thank you for hanging out with us, and we'll send you a 7-3 your way, and you have a wonderful night, and we look forward to hearing you on the next net. VK2WAY, KJ7OMO. Over to you. Victor Kilo 2, Whiskey Alpha Yankee Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar.
Oh, that sounds like me. KJ7 Almo, VK2 WAY returning. I should be paying more attention. But I think I also heard VK5 ZSH come up there too. Good to hear you, Dale. It's been a little while. G'day, g'day, g'day. But yeah, still not much more to add. Still in that same conversation as last over. So yeah, back to you, KJ7 Almo, VK2 WAY.
Yeah, pay attention, oh my god. WB0VHF, KJ7OMO. Let's see if you're back with us.
We'll try again here, but it doesn't look like the system's any different on my side. WB0VHF.
You are making it in.
Ah, okay. I thought I made it in the last time there too. I'm not sure what was going on. Anyways, I was going to call it my last go-around there. Not much left to rattle around to come back out of the brain here. I'll hopefully be able to check in next week from the hospital bed and everything goes well there. If not, it'll be the week after. Thanks much for hosting the net. Everyone have a great week. 7333. This is WB0 VHF.
Alrighty, well, once again, I hope your surgery goes well, and I'm wishing you all the best. 3373 and all the numbers, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks for hanging out with us and all that. Victor Kilo 5, Zulu Sierra Hotel Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Sounding pretty rough there. Hopefully you're okay.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, here we go. VK5 ZSH KJ bugger KJ7 IMO VK5 ZSH. Morning, afternoon, evening, all depends on which state you're in. I'm in the state of I need more sleep. Had a very rough night there last night. Hopefully I'm coming through all right. I'm transmitting M17 there. I have my little board going. Hopefully it's nicely tuned in, etc. I've spent a bit of work on there. Looks like my call sign, everything's flickering in and out at the moment on the SDR++, because I'm using SDR++ to receive. And I'm transmitting via M17 at the moment. So, yeah, you're clicking and clacking and going all over the place there, Tony. I've made a recording of it, but you've already alluded to that your battery may be going flat. Hang on, let me take another bite. So at the current moment, whilst we're actually transmitting here, the board itself is drawing a whole 34 milliamps whilst it's doing its transcodey little thingy-bobby to push it through FM and control the PTT line there of the FT7400. When it's receiving, doing nothing, or not receiving, when it's just sitting there idle doing nothing, it's drawing about 25 milliamps, 24 milliamps, which is not too bad. I'm quite impressed with the current draw on this thing, but it seems to be like other things. When it first starts up, it has my brain's not thinking, but it's drawing too much current and it trips the overcurrent protection on the power supply over. So unfortunately I've had to turn that off. But anyway, it's working. I'm happy. Be even happier once they fix the the receive sync bug there. But anyway, I've not long woken up there. Kimberly, and yeah, g'day to you there. Jared, long time no see or hear there, stranger. Definitely can put you in the stranger category. Hi. I'm not sure whether we should add stranger danger to that or not. Hi. Back to you there anyway, Kimberly. KJ7 OMO VK5 ZSH on M17.
VK5 ZSH KJ7 OMO returning. Good to hear from you, and your M17 transmission sounds pretty good. No wonder why you're sounding a little bit rough. You haven't had your sleep. You're almost sounding like Tony. Hi. Well, hopefully you'll get a good night's sleep and you'll be back to your old self again. Yeah, loss of sleep is no fun. Been there, done that many a time. But yeah, again, your audio sounds good, and we're starting to see some more M17 traffic on the network. That is pretty awesome. Alright, speaking of traffic, who else is out there wishing to check into the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net? All I need are your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically. And you're welcome to share your pronouns if you like. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar like Oscar, and let's see if we have anybody else out there wishing to check in.
Victor Kilo 4 Golf Juliet Delta returning Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar. Yes, I've been listening in on that. I've just been busy doing other things. But I must thank you, Kimberly, for running that. It's good to see we're having an M17 net, and I shall join it next week. I'll hand it back over to you to see if there's any more people to check in. And I'm coming to you via M17 through a Retrofit RT3S. Victor Kilo 4 Golf Juliet Delta, the KJ7 OMO.
Alright, Victor Kilo 4 Golf Juliet Delta, Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar. Alright, we got you checked back in, and at your same spot, which is after Tony, so we'll call you again in just a moment. Who else is out there wishing to check in? Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar standing by. Alright, VK3, JED, KJ7, OMO, back to you.
Yeah, okay, g'day Dale. Yeah, your M17 sounding really good. Yeah, I think mine's drifted a bit at one end or the other. Probably need to fine tune the offset. It's not battery, it would have died by now if it was. So yeah, I'd say more likely thermal drift. I'll probably test a little bit further during the week, but I think it'll be good enough for Sunday's demonstration. But yeah, you're sounding good. Faultless audio on your transmit. I was listening on All-Star. Of course, the Module 17 itself's a bit chirpy with its sync bug, but yeah, you're flawless on you're monitoring All-Star and really have to listen closely to tell that you're on a digital mode. Codec 2 seems to hide the artifacts pretty well when everything's lined up nicely. Anyway, yeah, I've got Pete to talk to on Discord, and yeah, welcome back Gary, and yeah, I suppose better go off and do some other things, so I might make this a final, but my laptop's on charge in the other room, warned me that the battery was about to die, so yeah, I'll say 7-3 all. Apologies for the echo, I'm monitoring myself, and the chirpiness seems to reduce, so things have drifted back in line a bit. It's still there a little bit, but not as bad as it was a few minutes ago. Anyway, KJ7 OMO with the group, VK3JD, and cheers all, I'll be on Discord.
VK3JED, KJ7, OMO returning. Yeah, I can definitely hear the chirping. Anyway, so, thank you for hanging out with us as always. 7-3 to you, and we look forward to hearing you on the next net here. VK4, Golf Juliet Delta Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Over to you. Victor Kilo 4 Golf Juliet Delta Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar. The only thing I heard out of that was an excessive amount of squeaking or chirping, and that was it. Back to you to try it again. VK4 GJD KJ7 OMO.
Well, today in Brisbane we're overcast, a bit of cloud with some showers about.
Victor Kilo 4 Golf Juliet Delta Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar returning. Unfortunately, you are not making it into the network anymore. The only thing I'm hearing is intermittent squeaking sounds, and then that's it. Your radio might be drifting out of frequency, or your radio battery might be going flat. Back to you to try one more time. VK4 Golf Juliet Delta KJ7 OMO.
Ooh, border blasters. There used to be Mexican border blasters back in the day where FM broadcast stations right up against our border there in Mexico would broadcast at 250,000 watts, 250,000 watts. But the FCC complained to the Mexican government, so now they're playing nice and they reduced their power down to 100,000 watts, since that is our maximum power. Hopefully my audio's going through via this unreliable mic.
Alrighty, well, it appears that we have lost the VK4 Golf Juliet Delta. If you're still hearing me, 7-3 to you, and thanks for checking in. I'm probably gonna bail out after this round here. VK2 WAY KJ7 OMO, go ahead and take it.
Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar and the group VK2 WAY returning for what I will make final anyway, and was planning to because it would have been the third over without me having much to say. So, yeah, I was going to make this my final. It sounds like you're going to put a bow on it after this round anyway, so I will say my 7-3s to all. Been an absolute pleasure joining you. I will try to do so more often. Looking at the schedule, I do have next Sunday off as well. A lot of weekday stuff coming up for me, so that's a bit of a change. So who knows? You may hear me so frequently that Tony will no longer consider it rare. Hi. Anyway, absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for hosting. Thank you to all of the clubs, institutions, organizations who allow us to have PrideNet across their repeater systems and networks, looking at you, Waverley Amateur Radio Society, and the ROT repeater especially, but everybody who allows that. And thank you so much for hosting. Incredible job as usual, Kimberly. That's all from me. Not much else to say, so back to U73 or KJ7LMO, VK2 WAY.
Alrighty, Jared. seems like there's a delay on the network. Not sure what's going on. I'll have to look into it and figure out what the heck is going on. Anyways, good hearing from you as always, and we definitely look forward to hearing you again. Don't be a stranger. Stop by any time, and you know, talk to us. You've been so doggone rare for so long, but yeah, it's good that you're finally coming back. Anyways, 7:30, and we hope that to hear you again on the next one. VK5, ZSH, KJ7, OMO, over to you for a final.
KJ7 IMO, VK5, ZSH in the group there. Yeah, no problems there, Kimberly. Thanks for putting it on. Sorry I was late. And yeah, g'day to you there again, Jared. And yeah, catch up with you in Discord there, Tony. I'm going to make this my final. Like I said, I had a rough night's sleep last night. Had to deal with reflux, and with dealing with that, I was having a coughing fit as well. And yeah, I've got to go out and grab some more lozenges, etc., to sort of help with the rough throat today there. So anyway, thanks for putting it on there, Kimberly. Cheers and 73 to all. And I guess we'll do it all again next week there. Hopefully I'll be on time this time, next time. And I probably will come back up on M17 there. Beautiful mode it is, and yeah, the audio sounds good, everything like that, especially when the Kodak is playing its game, because Kodak 2 is a bit of a pain to use over HF, that's for sure, because getting sync and what have you is a bit of a nightmare. But yeah, I can see once the sync is established there properly, the audio is rather good. One of the guys, I think he's from Poland, he's got absolutely beautiful M17 audio, puts the rest of us to shame. I'm not sure if he's running through a mixer or what have you, etc. But yeah, really nice audio over M17. You can listen to that net there. He comes up. There's a net, M17 net, on the M17 432 the C module, or I think it's M17 C or D module, I can't remember, but that's 1700 UTC Saturday, which is like 3 o'clock in the morning Australian time. But I happened to have lost track of time and ended up getting on that net there. So. There we go. I heard the top timer on the FT 7800 there telling me off for talking too long. Anyway, cheers and 73. I'll catch you next week, hopefully. And yeah, we'll do it all again, I guess. Put it back to you there, Kimberly, KJ7 IMO, VK5, ZSH.
Alrighty, VK5, ZSH, KJ7, OMO returning. Well, thank you for your check-in, and 7-3 to you, and we hope to hear you again on the next one. Alrighty, before we shut this down, anybody else out there wishing for a real quick check-in?
Kilo 4 Golf Joint Jefferson 7-3, and thank you, Kimberly, for running that. It's just my battery's run down to almost zero. 7-3, catch you next week.
Alright, no problem. 7-3. Anybody else out there wishing to check in before we shut the net down? Do we have any final comments from previously checked-in stations before we shut things down? Alright, that concludes our net for today. Thank you all for participating and bringing fun to the airwaves. I would like to express gratitude to the Waverly Amateur Radio Society in Sydney for allowing us to use their systems to relay this net, as well as the various other systems that relay our net as well. Thank you to all them. Also, special thanks to our contributors, VK3JED and VK2WAY, along with the entire Pride Radio Group for making this net possible. I now release all frequencies, repeaters, and other systems back to their regular amateur use. Once again, thank you once again, and 7-3 to everybody from Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar. This net is now closed with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 check-ins, including yours truly. Once again, 7-3 from Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar.
Alrighty, folks, we're going to end it right here. Be sure to like, subscribe, ring the bell, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks so much for listening and all that stuff. And you're welcome, Xanatex. Hopefully we will hear your voice soon on the net. Keep on working on that license. Do not give up. Alright. 7-3, everybody. This stream, it will now end. In 5, 4, 3, 2,